Do you have sleepiness after you eat? Let's talk about why that is and what to do about it. Now, they call that a food coma or postprandial somnolence or maybe even a siesta. But what you have to realize, it's not normal for you to be tired after you eat because you're getting fuel, right? You're supposed to have more energy. But why do people get tired? Well, mainly because they're doing high carb. In fact, I used to use carbs to help my sleeping because I had such a sleeping problem. I used to consume a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream right before bed for a very long time, and it would just put me right out. I would go right to sleep. Of course, I'd wake up all puffy and feeling funky and irritable, and then I would keep the cycle going over and over and over because every time I did it, it affected my blood sugars. Then late at night, I would crave carbs, okay? Now, I've done other videos on this, but I wanted to do this one specifically talking about keto. You started keto, you're doing intermittent fasting, and you're still tired. What's going on? It could be that you don't have enough hydrochloric acid in your stomach, so you could just take some apple cider vinegar or betaine hydrochloride as a supplement when you eat. That might help, but it's usually not the big problem. Now, it also could be that your cells, because you have insulin resistance, are just not able to pull in the nutrients and the fuel. But it's probably true, but it's not actually the thing that's making you tired. If you're not getting nutrients and you're not getting fuel, you're going to feel like you're not satisfied, like you need to eat something else. But you usually are not going to be tired. The real reason why you're tired involves insulin resistance, but it has to do with high insulin. Because when the insulin is high, it blocks certain brain chemicals that are supposed to keep you awake. So it's really the high insulin that's causing this problem. But wait a second, I thought lowering your carbs is going to lower insulin, and I just started keto. That's true, but there's two things that increase your insulin. Number one, it's the carb, and number two, it's eating. You just ate, and eating triggers insulin. And the problem is you've had insulin resistance for so long that it's going to take some time to correct the high levels of insulin that's occurring because you still have insulin resistance. So even if you don't eat carbs, eating triggers insulin. Okay, so what can we do? Well, number one, you need to start doing intermittent fasting, right? Why? Because eating less is going to make you more awake. And eating makes you hungry, which then triggers fatigue. So if we skip the breakfast, that would be a very smart thing to do, okay? Just do 2 meals and start to squish them together slowly so you can fast longer. Because you're going to find out you have more energy when you're fasting. You're going to have more energy when you're not eating because you're not triggering this mechanism. So intermittent fasting is vitally important. A lot of people that just started keto, they're not including intermittent fasting enough. And so this is why they still are tired. Also, make sure that you keep your carbs low. Okay, so just be aware of that and look at your carbs and make sure they're within the range that you need to do. Number 3, moderate protein. You're going to find out the more protein you do, the more tired you're going to be because a high protein meal will make you tired. Now, if you combine the high protein with the high carb, you're really going to get tired, as in Thanksgiving, which is the starch and the protein together just will put you out. It's not the tryptophan, it's the combination of a starch with protein. But a larger amount of protein can make you tired, so just do a moderate amount. Number 4, give it time. It takes between 1 to 3 months to be keto adapted, okay? That means you're really getting insulin resistance under control and you're able to go from one meal to the next without being hungry, and that's a big indication that it's working. Now, in the meantime, you can do things to speed up your insulin resistance. And one thing, because this involves feeling sleepy, is just to try to get a little bit more sleep. Another 30 minutes will help you. A simple way to do that would be to go to bed a little earlier, take vitamin B1. I usually get my B1 through nutritional yeast, take that right before bed, and vitamin D3, especially during the winter. So vitamin D3 right before bed will help you sleep. You should give it a try and see for yourself. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hey, before you go, if you're benefiting from any of my content, I would love to hear about your success story. Please share it in the link down below.